Hello viewers, welcome to UN College Digital class. In the previous class of design and analysis of algorithm, I have discussed about Dijkstra algorithm, which is meant for finding the shortest path problem in a graph. In this class, I am going to discuss about Floyd-Warshall algorithm, which is meant for all pair shortest path problem. Let's start. The Floyd-Warshall algorithm is used to solve the problem of all pair shortest path in a given weightage graph. As a result of this algorithm, it will generate a matrix which will represent the minimum distance from any node to all other nodes in the graph. The Floyd-Warshall algorithm is for solving the all pair shortest path problem. The problem is to find the shortest distance between every pair of vertices in a given edge weightage directed graph. Actually, what happens in case of Dijkstra algorithm, we are also solving the shortest path problem, but in case of Dijkstra algorithm, one single source is there and all other vertices are considered as destination. Whereas in case of Floyd-Warshall algorithm, we have to find out the distance from each vertex to all other vertices. This is the difference in between the Dijkstra algorithm and Floyd-Warshall algorithm. Actually, Floyd-Warshall algorithm can be implemented or it works for both the directed graph and undirected weightage graph, but it cannot work for the graph with negative cycles. What is the meaning of negative cycle? Where the sum of the edges in a cycle is negative. Okay. Floyd-Warshall algorithm is also called as Floyd's algorithm, Roy-Floyd algorithm, Roy-Warshall algorithm or WFI algorithm. Now I am going to discuss about the steps of Floyd-Warshall algorithm. In the Floyd-Warshall algorithm, we have used n, which represents number of vertices. Then we are using A, which represents one matrix of dimension n into n. Then we are continuing one for loop which is continuing for k equal to 1 to n. Let here n value is 4, then the loop will be continued for 4 times. Inside the for loop, again we are using another inner for loop which is also continuing for I equal to 1 to n. And as we have said that here n value is let n value is 4, so the inner for loop will also continue for 4 times. Then inside the inner for loop again we are using another inner for loop which is also continuing for j equal to 1 to n. It means that here also it is continuing for 4 times as n value is 4. Okay. And inside the inner for loop, we are calculating the shortest path from a particular vertex to another vertex. And if we are finding the shortest path, then we are just storing the path in the matrix. In this way, we are continuing each iteration one by one. Number of times iteration will be continued in each iteration. If we are finding a shorter path which is having the shorter value in comparison to the previous value, then we are replacing the previous vertex, previous edge with the new value. In this way, finally we will get a matrix which will contain the shortest path, all pair shortest path problem, all pair shortest path solution, and finally we are returning the matrix. Now I am going to discuss about the time complexity of all pair shortest path problem or Floyd-Warshall algorithm. Floyd-Warshall algorithm consists of 3 loops over all the nodes, as already we have discussed in the algorithm. The innermost loop consists of only constant complexity operation. Hence, the asymptotic complexity of Floyd-Warshall algorithm is order of n-q. Here n is the number of nodes in the given graph. Okay. Actually, let me first discuss when Floyd-Warshall algorithm is used. Then I will explain Floyd-Warshall algorithm with a particular graph as an example so that it will be clear. Floyd-Warshall algorithm is best suited for dense graph. This is because its complexity depends only on the number of vertices in the given graph. Now here I have used one directed graph. You can see that the graph consists of 4 vertices 1, 2, 3, 4 and number of edges. Now I am going to solve this particular problem, all pair shortest path problem, step by step. At the first step, what we will do, remove all the self loop and parallel edges, keeping the lowest weight edge from the graph. In this graph, there are neither self edge nor parallel edge. Here you can see it again. Suppose assume that let there is another parallel edge from 1 to 2, okay, and the 1 to 2 parallel edge contains the weight 10. One is 1 to 2 contains 8, another is contains 10. Then at the first step, what we will do, we will just eliminate the edge 1 to 2 which is containing 10. Because why? Because already we are having one edge which is smaller weightage in comparison to 10. That's why. This is what we will do in the first stage. Okay, step 1. Then next one, step 2, write the initial distance matrix. It represents the distance between every pair of vertices in the form of given weight. For diagonal elements representing self loop, the distance value is 0. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, all this distance value is 0. For vertices having a direct edge between them, distance value equal to weight of that edge. I will explain it when I will solve or when I will generate the initial distance matrix. For vertices having no direct edge between them, distance value equal to infinity. Now we will start solving it. The first initial distance matrix for the given graph is this one. Here you can see it is clearly visible. Okay, that here 1 2 3 4, we have already discussed that we will use a matrix of n into n, and here n is 4, means number of vertices are 4. Here you can see that number of column are 4 and number of rows are 4. Here the matrix is 4 into 4. In the previous slide I have mentioned some points. Those are all the diagonal values are 0. Here you can see that 1 to 1 0, 2 to 2 0, 3 to 3 0 and 4 to 4 0. Another one important point is that if any vertex is having direct connection with another vertex, then maintain the weight. Okay, here 1 to 2 is 8. Here you can see it 8. 1 to 4 is 1, but 1 to 3 is infinity. 2 to 1 is infinity. Infinity represents that there is no direct connection. This is about the initial distance matrix. I hope you have got a clear concept about the generating initial distance matrix. Okay, now we will move to the next step. What we will do here? Now we will use the intermediate vertex and we will try to find out the path. Here you can see that, let me start it again. You can see that 1 to 1 0, as it is mentioned that the diagonal value is always 0. Then 1 to 2 is 8. Okay, in the previous slide the 1 to 2 is 8 and here also 1 to 2 is 8, as it is a direct connection. Okay, then 1 to 3, 1 to 3 is infinity. Here we are not getting any direct connection, direct, and also by using the intermediate other vertex also. Then 1 to 4, 1 to 4 is 1, which is the most minimum one also, and we will left the first row as usual. Now we are moving to the next one. Let me see this one. In the previous one, for the second row, infinity, 0 1 and infinity, and here also you can see that the same values are present here. 2 to 1 there is no direct connection, that is infinity. 2 to 2 is 0. 2 to 3 is 1, as it is the most minimum one. Also 2 to 4 is infinity, no direct connection. And also we cannot move to the 4 by using number of intermediate vertices. Here at the first step we will try to use only one intermediate vertex here and try to find out the path. Let's go for the third row. Here you can see that initially the third row represent 4 infinity 0 infinity. Now 4 12 0 5. How? 3 to 1. Here you can see that 3 to 1 is 4. Okay. 3 to 1, how? Here it is direct connection, this path. Then 3 to 2. For moving 3 to 2, we are using 3 to 1 and then 1 to 2. So 4 plus 8 equal to 12. The value is here. Here we are using 1 as intermediate vertex. Now 3 to 3 is 0, as for the rule of diagonal value will be 0. Then 3 to 4 is 5. How? The same. Let me erase all this so that I can explain you. Here also we are using 1 as intermediate vertex. 3 to 1 is 4 and 1 to 4 is 1. Okay, so 3 to 4 is 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. Now we will move towards the last row, that is 4. Let me show you the previous initial matrix, that is infinity 290. Okay, infinity 290, it is as usual. Let me explain it how. Infinity 4 to 1, 4 to 1 is infinity. Here we need to use 1 as intermediate vertex and there is no direct connection. As usual it will maintain the value as usual in the initial distance matrix. Then 4 to 2 is 2, it is having the direct connection. Then 4 to 3 is 9, it is having the direct connection, and we don't have any intermediate. Using 1 as intermediate vertex we are not finding any other way, so we will keep as it is. Then 4 to 4 is 0, which is as per the rule of diagonal value. Now in the next step, what we are doing, we have used 2 as the intermediate vertex to find the path. Here we can use both 1 and 2 to find out the intermediate path. So here the initial distance, let me show you the previous one. In the previous initial distance slide, for the first row the values are 0, 8, infinity and 1. It was same as for the next slide also, because in that case we are using 1 as the intermediate vertex, but when we are moving to the next vertex to use it as intermediate vertex, so here we have the changed value. You can see that 1 to 1 is 0 as per the diagonal value. Okay, and the 1 to 2 is 8, it is direct connection, and 1 to 3 is, now it is 9. How? Here what we have used, 1 to 3 is 9. Now we are moving 1 to 2 and from 2 to 3. 2 to 3. In this way we are moving 1 to 3 by using 9 value. The weight of moving from 1 to 3 is 9. Okay, then 1 to 4 is 1, that was initially present. Now we will just left the second row as it is, because here we are using the second vertex as the intermediate vertex. Now we are moving towards the next row, that is 3. Here the previous values are, what are the previous values? 4 12 0 5, and here also 4 12 0 5, so I don't need to explain it. Now I am moving towards the next, in which infinity 290. Let me explain here. Instead of 9, here we have used 3. How? For moving 4 to 1, that is infinity, because no direct connection, or by using intermediate also we are not getting any connection, that's why. Then 4 to 2 is 2, 4 to 2 is 2, it is direct connection. 4 to 3 is 9, but if we will move, let me erase it first. If we will move 4 to 2, then from 2 to 3, the value will be 3. So we will replace the 9 value with 3, as it is the minimum in the algorithm. Inside the innermost for loop, we are doing this thing. If we are finding any weight, any path which is having the minimum weight or lesser weight in comparison to the previous one, then we will use this one, means minimum one, and we will just discard this path. Okay, now we will move towards the next one. Here what we will do, we will use the third vertex as the intermediate vertex. It means that we can use 1, 2, 3, all are intermediate vertex. And here let me show you the previous value 0891, and here also 0891. No path, no extra minimum path for row 1. Then we are moving to row 2. In row 2, infinity 0, 1, infinity, and here 5, 0, 1, 6. How? Let me explain it. 2 to 1 is 5. Okay, how? 2 to 1 is 5 because here we are moving from 2 to 3, which is 1, and from 3 to 1, which is 4. So 1 plus 4 equal to 5. Okay, 2 to 2 is 0 as per the diagonal. 2 to 3 is 1, it is direct connection, and it is the most minimum value also. Then 2 to 4 is 6. 2 to 4 is 6. How? 2 to 4 is 6 is that we will move, let me erase it again. We will move to 2 to 3, then 3 to 1, then 1 to 4. It means that 1 plus 4 plus 1, it is 6. Okay, so here in this way we will get 6. Then we will move the next row. In the next row, 4, 12, 0, 5, the previous values. Here also 4, 12, 0, 5. So, and also we will left this one as usual because 3 is used as intermediate vertex. So, and for the last one, infinity 230, here the values are 7, 2, 30. Here we have got a new value 7. Let me show you how. 4 to 1 is 7. How? We will move 4 to 2, okay, which is 2. Then 2 to 3, which is 1. Then 3 to 1. In this way, we will move 2 plus 1 plus 4 equal to 7. Okay, in this way, we will get this distance matrix at this step. Now, you will move to the final phase. Okay, as we have explained in the algorithm that the loop will be continued for n times. It means that this is the, as here the 4 number of vertices, so this is the final matrix. This is the which is containing minimum weight. Here the first, let me talk about the first matrix. Here 0, 3, 4, 1. 1 to 1 is 0 as we know. 1 to 2 is 3. How? 1 to 3 is 1 to 2 is 3. 1 to 2 is 3. In order to get this one, we will move in this way 1 to 4, then 4 to 2, which is 1 plus 2 equal to 3. In this step, we are using the 4 number of vertex as the intermediate one, and in this way we will get the minimum value. Okay. Then 1 to 3 is 4. 1 to 3 is 4 because how 1 to 3 is 4? We will move, let me erase this one. We will move 1 to 4, then 4 to 2, then 2 to 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1, that is 4. 1 to 4 is 1, and this is the most minimum one also here. Then we will move towards the next row. Initially, just previous slide, the values are 5016. Now, here also 5016, so we don't need to explain it. Now we are moving to the next row, and initially the values are 4, 12, 0, 5, and here the values are 4, 7, 0, 5. Let me explain it how. 4, 3 to 1 is 4. Okay, yes. Then 3 to 2 is 7. How? 3 to 2 is 7, because here what we will do, let me erase it. 3 to 1, okay, which is 4. Then 1 to 4, which is 1. Then 4 to 2. It means that 3 to 1 is 4. 1 to 4, 1. 4 plus 1, 5. 4 to 2 plus 2, 7. In this way, 4 plus 1 plus 2. In this way, we will get 7. Then 4 to 2. Initially, the values are 7 to 30, and here the values are 7 to 30. It will present, and it is the final final matrix which contains all the minimum weight. Just remember one point, that at each stage we are using one more intermediate vertex and try to find out the path which is having lesser value or lesser weight in comparison to the previous existing path. That's all. In today's class, we have discussed about Floyd-Warshall algorithm with example. I hope you have got clear concept on Floyd-Warshall algorithm, but still, if you have any doubt, then please write to me in the comment box so that I can clear your doubt. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time.